I want to share with you something valuable today. I think I finally realized the difference between being reactive and actually observing the situation, and how it's actually helpful in a practical sense. So, since I'm sort of observing everything is like a simulation, it's kind of funny to observe some things. So, we are in the whole of property, like in the whole of building, and we were very interested in buying some unit there to live in the apartment. And my fiance, he was doing some contract and looking into prices and things, and I was just there like looking around and trying to check the atmosphere, the feel of how it feels to live there. And this woman just runs into the door, very unhappy, trying to argue with security, saying, I don't know, I was listening a little bit, but not so much. All I could observe, the energy of her was like very negative. She was like a dark cloud in the room. And her voice sounded like she'd been smoking for many years. And actually, she was holding like 2 packs of cigarettes in her hands. And there is nothing judgmental about it, it's just an observation. So I look at her and I understand, like, she's complaining about units and living here, but it's not relevant to my experience because her perception of the reality is probably very different. Because by the way you maintain your body, it's kind of affects your reality a lot. Like recently I discovered that I need to hydrate myself constantly and make sure that my sugar level doesn't drop like too much, so I perceive reality in a good way. I mean, on my gut depends like my mood and everything, so I take good care of it. And depending on how well I maintain my body, it depends like how well my perception of the reality is. So I could see she's not maintaining her body very well, and you don't even need to see it, you can just feel the energy is like very negative. And she started like telling me, oh, I wouldn't buy, like I wouldn't live here, and like it's so bad to live here and everything. And I'm just staying there listening. I was like, okay. Okay. And I understand like her experience is completely irrelevant to mine. And before I wouldn't be like this. Before I would try to get information from her because she'd been living there for 5 years, and I'm someone who is interested in living there in the future. And I was ask her questions and everything, and I would say, oh, I know the person, she lives there and her experience is like this. But wait, every single one of us having different experience in life, every single one of us. And your reality is not real, it's just an illusion that you create with your brain depending on your perception. So this person, like literally neighbors next door, can have like, I don't know, the worst time living in this apartment, and you can have the best time. Like actually this happens in our building. We have such a great time in our studio. We dance there, we sell karaoke, we make movie nights with our projector. We just take such a good usage of our small space that we have here. And other people are not so happy in this building. It just depends on your perception. So if I would see someone that I could feel the energy and the values of this person are close to mine, maybe I could listen actually and maybe learn something from her or his experience. But what is the point listening someone, especially it happens with the travels a lot. Like before, when I was going somewhere, I was asking people like, oh, how was this place or something. Now I don't even ask people because I see the people are very different, and the same place for travel can be very different for one person and can be very different to another one, depending on its perception. And I'm just happy to be observer, and it's just so good to not be reactive and to not get involved, so much in the situation. First, like checking the energy and questioning, is it something you want to be involved? Is it some like energy field you want to enter? And yeah, I mean, energy is primal, and the information is actually not that matter, because information always changing, depends on your perception. And as I already told you, as you already know, we live in a like simulation, and simulation is happening by our own brain. We are like basically like simulating our experience every single time, depending on how we are perceiving things. So it's good to maintain yourself well and your mood and believe in good things, just because you are perceiving reality in a better way and you're having better experiences. That's how simple it is. Yeah, just it was very insightful for me to kind of observe these things and to not get reactive and just involve in myself into something that my brain would think, oh, it's irrelevant information to know, but it's like my energy is like, no, we like it's, yeah, maybe it was helpful for you, maybe not, but I love you anyway, and thank you so much for staying with me. I love you so much.